Hi guys, so today I'm coming to you with a video sponsored by Tonic. It is for their new Ahoy sailor set. So cute, super cute name, and it just totally reminded me of the pinup sets they had before with the Sailor Girl. If you have that, I think it'd be really sweet to coordinate. So they did send these items free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Oh my gosh, look at that. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So these items were brought for the Cyber Week. Always make sure to check out whatever other deals they have going on. There's always lots going on, so I'll link whatever possible sales might be in the description box, okay? Check this out. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's look at the stamps. So we have our bottle here. It has a little cork there. You have the seashells, you know, like little birdies. I guess they go this way. And then we have like the sun, little water kind of here and there, a little scene that'd be really nice to kind of build up from. The compass, which is adorable. The little X marks the spot there. You got your seashells, the clouds. Life is an adventure. Long distance tugs your way. My treasure, and then the scroll, of course, for your bottle. You are the light of my life. And I was gonna say this is like a little dinghy, but maybe like a fisherman's boat. How cute is that little beach house? Our friendship can weather any storm, or whatever they call those. I guess a little, I don't know. Is that what you're supposed to change, or is that like a lifeguard thing? I have no idea. It's really cute though. En voyage. Wish you were here, and then some more of the little. Oh, you know what? This is the birds. Okay, sorry guys. These are the birds. I was gonna say that bird has 3 wings, so it looks like a seagull. I guess you could use it either way, but this is probably more like waves too, that you can just accent here and there. Aw. And look at this die set. Okay, so we have for the little house, the shells again. I'm trying to see if they go back to the shells on here. No, this is its own thing, so it's the shell and with the inner. The little boat, this guy. This long shell cuts this guy over here. We have like the little light that comes from the lighthouse, which you see here with the insert. This actually die cuts its own thing, so it's not just an insert. And then the shadow out here. We have a little water, or however you want to use it, the scallop. The wheel, oh my gosh, so we have 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces in the wheel, so that circle in the middle can cut separately. And then we have the anchor with its background, it cuts on its own. Starfish, oh, the pretty bird, look at that. Both of those, so pretty. And then this big guy that says Ahoy with an exclamation point. Like beach waves, and it looks like some other kind of maybe like wind, and then like maybe like a bird. That's what I see, but really cool. The little kind of porthole feel on this one. I mean, you can use this definitely as a life preserver, as a porthole, as whatever it is that you want to come up with. That circle there with the little dots, and then this inner one, and then this other one that also cuts, this outer one that cuts the whole thing. If you were to cut this on its own, it will be its own thing. Then you can layer it up with a rope. So cool. And the outer die on that one. What a sweet set. So what I'm going to do is grab some papers and some inks and things, and we will get started. Okay, so I have a few things I'm going to use right now. This is just a piece of like really smooth cardstock. Sorry about my lighting. I like how I have a ring light and then this other one over here. But either way, alright. And I'm just going to do some stamping, and I'm going to do some embossing. So before, just to make a background, I'm going to run this embossing buddy over this. If you have like little cornstarch or a little baby powder or something, that's basically what's in those kind of things. If you want to take some static away, it doesn't really matter because we're going to do a distressed background, so who cares, you know, it'll look lovely if you don't even use that. And I'm going to use that compass. I love it. How cute. Again, photopolymer. Smells amazing. Let me see, is it small enough for this? Yeah, and I'm just going to rub it with my arm, with my hand a little bit, just to get that dispersion layer off. You can use a little alcohol on a wipe or however, or rub it on your ink pad quite a bit to get it ready, just to get that dispersion layer off. But since, again, we're distressing, I'm just going to do this randomly too, so just to stamp there, juice it up again, stamp randomly wherever. Of course, you always want to stamp off the edge to make it look more organic. Hopefully I'm getting that. So I'm just making a background of compasses, and then I'm going to have some really dark blue ink I want to use. I'm showing you can use the back of this thing because it has like foam to stamp, but since I want to let it go off the edge, I don't want to get that embossing ink on that. Let me see where the other one is. So I know you guys can't see, but I can see, but maybe, you can see the little glare of the, there it is, of the embossing ink, and you can see what's going on. That's pretty good. Maybe I'll stamp another one here off the side, another one up here. Okay. Now, oh, again, I misplaced my my trusty coffee filter, so I'm just going to put another scrap of paper under here. So I usually use very shiny clear embossing powder, but this is Antiquities Frosted Crystal, so it's going to look really kind of more matte. I thought that would be fun for this card. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on. I don't know if you can see it clinging to where it's supposed to, which is really great. And not sticking where I put the embossing buddy. Okay, and I'm just going to hit this with my heat tool. Again, it's super loud. This one's a little bit harder to tell because it's a crystal effect, but I'm just going to hit that, and once it turns crystal looking, I'll move it to the next area. Okay, you don't want to stay there too long. I can see there it goes. Okay, and I'll be back. The reason I put it on the scrap paper is so I can just funnel it back in. Now that is still a little bit warm, so I'm going to let it set up for a minute. I just realized I put them, I don't know, you probably can't see, north is always up. I didn't even pay attention to that, it just happened to work out. But if you want to turn it different ways, make it more, it's kind of more fun, definitely do that. Let me see, I think we're ready. Okay, so I'm just going to take some Distress ink and one of my little guys, and I really want this to be pretty dark, so I'm just going to fill in this whole thing with color. A lot of ink. And I've talked about in the past, and I don't know if I've completed my thought. When you use a surface like this, you can still pick up the ink, of course, because it's a slick surface. If you're using paper underneath, then the paper will just take up that ink, and it's not the same. But you can keep kind of getting that ink back in here. So either way, I'm going to put a lot of this blue everywhere. Fill up like this whole thing, and I'll be back. So I'm just going to take a little bit of paper toweling now that I'm done, and just rub over the areas that have the embossing, and that just makes it pop a little bit. So just kind of come in here and rub that ink away. So I'll do that with all the little areas where I have the embossing, and I'll be right back. And since this is just their sink, if you want to put a little water and, you know, make it look mottled and come off, definitely do that. I'm just cleaning up my surface with some water. But, you know, you can definitely do that. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do with this. With some gold gilding kind of spray. Let me see if I can. Yes. So I use this guy. Now, when you use these sprays, it kind of does a fine spray. You know, I want it to be a little bit thicker, so this is the first time I've done this. We'll see. I just want to get some of this stuff. This is, I'll link it if it's still available in this color, or the selections, that way you can check it out. This is Frosted Lemon. And I just, yeah, that's what I want. Big drops of like gold. Look at that. Yay! That looks awesome. I don't know, I'm thinking like pirates, you know, gold, I don't know. I just thought gold would be really pretty to drop back here. And I'm going to let that set up for a minute, and I'll be back. Okay guys, we'll let this set up. I'm going to trim it down with the decal edge trimmer too, just to add a little more fun. So that piece of paper I should have mentioned was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I'm going to trim it down. And, okay, so for this guy, I'm going to use the whole preserver, I think, is what I'm going to do for my card topper. And I don't think I'm going to use the background one, just because I want it to be very light and gossamer, kind of floating there. So I'm not going to use the background. I'm going to use this. I'm going to cut it from some brown paper to look like rope. Usually it's a white rope around the life preserver, like on a boat, but let's just make it brown this time to make it look a little more rustic, more like twine. Well, hopefully not twine, rope. So my life preserver is just little weak twine. No, we want some sturdy stuff. Okay, so I'll run that one through. And then I'm just going to go in with these. So if you see, okay, so yeah, that's interesting. I guess I can cut this whole thing from red paper. But what I was going to do is use this to make a whole circle. So I think that's what I'll still do. Okay, so what we're gonna do is use this whole thing. I am gonna cut this out of red, but the red, this one's not gonna be there, okay? So it's gonna be something like that. And then we can place this here to help us really center our items. But basically it's gonna be something like that, and I'm gonna take away this one, okay? I'm still gonna eyeball it at this point. So we have that. Tape it down. So it's gonna be a little red ring. And then from my white paper, and I thought, well, we don't have to use just plain white. I just grabbed this pearlescent white paper, little scrap here. I'm gonna cut everything, but including this ring. So on this one, it'll be all 3 taped down from here, okay? And then I'll be right back, because I think that's enough, because I still need to use this piece for the next guy, so I'll be right back. I just want to show you as I transfer to this one, I left it stuck together, so I know it's still going to be exact same dimensions from before. And usually I clear out my dies before moving on, but I think it'll be okay. What I mean by that is like get rid of these little red dots. If you want to sit there and poke them out, you know, that's up to you, but I'd rather not. So what I'm going to do is just center that in here, and that way it'll still be the same. Okay, I'll run that through. I'll be back. So we have our pieces. Since I left that red paper, it just kind of stuck on there. But look at that. I mean, if you want to make yours, usually I like red, but if you want to put blue behind there, that's cute too. And then that's going to fit inside of this. And again, you can dimensionalize it, whatever you want, some up, some whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. But what I'm going to do from here is I need this guy. And I'm going to cut this from, let me think. So at this point, I mean, I could just cut this from silver paper if that's what I wanted, and then with the Ahoy, and it'll just be silver and awesome in there. But I think what I'm going to do is do a blue topper from that. So even this piece actually would piece back in there and be nice. But I'm going to, should I do blue and silver? So I have this silver piece and this blue piece, and they're both very pretty. So one I'll choose to do with the words cut into it, and one I'll choose just to do the outer edge. And that's really just because it's going to show up behind the wording. So I was trying to think if I want to put the blue on the top or underneath, but it'll be a surprise when I come back. This set is gorgeous. So we have these other pieces we can use some other time. Oh, I should have cleared this one out. Sorry, guys. But I did not, so here we are. I'm going to just poke these little pieces out. And there's a few here. So pretty. I mean, this is what Tonic just blows my mind. Their design and like the, I mean, look at that. It's a whole scene. Like I said, the waves, the wind, and the little bird up there with like a cloud. Oh, so pretty. So I'm going to put it like this. Now, what's interesting is if we wanted to, we could offset it. See how the little circle dots are there? I can offset it and make it all blue, so it's blue behind. Or you can line them up so the little circles show through, which is probably what I'll do just to do it that way, but it'd be nice either way. And I think these guys, I'm just going to stick them down, and this might be popped out. So let's just glue these guys together. And then glue them down. Really well designed. I like the way the white plays off the red there. Alright. And then I'm just going to glue that down completely. Let me clean out these little bits, and then all I'm going to do is glue this down. In the meantime, glue these two together and put some dimensional adhesives on the back. Right now I line them up just perfectly like where these are, but if you want to do it off-center, you know, that'd be great too. And you know, however it is that we're going to put this on there. Let me think. Usually I have this assembled and then I decide where I'm going to put this. Is it going to be, oh yeah, okay. So I'm still going to line this up pretty good here. And then we're going to put it at a jaunty angle just for fun. Oh, so cute. And so this guy, we're just going to trim it down real quick. Let me grab my decal trimmer. And again, the trick with this guy is to, for me, is to start off leaving a little bit. So like I said, this is 4 1/4. And oh, hopefully that gold is dry. I'm not sure if it is. But either way, I'm just going to go a little bit smaller than 4 1/4. Take just a little bit off. Sorry guys, it's kind of loud. I'm trying to be careful just in case my gold isn't set up. And then on this side, it's 5 1/2, so I'm going to go like 5 and just a little bit smaller than 5. Just depends what you're going for. And then on this side, let me see where we're at. I want 4 1/8 basically. I left myself the smallest margin there. And so on this side I want 5 3/8. Sorry, 5 3/8 is over here. And so now I have that cool deckled edge. I'm just going to glue this to a standard A2 size card base, okay? Which I happen to have right here. Just going to glue that down. And I'll be right back. Okay, just got that down. Of course, I'm not smoothing my hand over everything, just in case my gilt is still a little bit wet. And again, we can pop this up. You know, I'm just going to glue it down. Mostly here. It's very delicate. Maybe I'll put a little bit of glue here, but I'm not trying to completely glue that down. I always like to give things that have movement a little movement if they can do it. But I'll put a little bit of glue. Oh my gosh, you guys. Maybe I'll glue a little bit down, but leave some areas up. Like I said, I like the movement of that. And that is a card. Look how pretty. Lovely stuff for masculine cards for kids. Any pirate lovers in your life? I know kids love pirates. Super cute. So thank you so much, Tonic, for sponsoring this video, for sending these items for review. I mean, this is just, oh my gosh, you guys. So I'll have the links in the description box. Again, check out all the different deals for Cyber Week, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.